Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Green Bay Packers. 3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in week 4. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. They'll run. Here's and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The tight end in motion right. Here's Willis now off the play fake. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Oh, some strong running. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
First down, Dolphins.
Willis now off of play action. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. This defense for the Packers, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Achane here, they stay on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. You look at this Packers defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently 2nd best in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
This is 2nd and 8.
Let's go now. Cougar 19.
Willis. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Making that play on the pass rush, that's Devontae Wyatt.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is 1 play from stalling out.
19 shots.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 22. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
7 yards there and a 1st down. The Packers at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They'll get that complete to Harrison. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 30 before being taken down. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
That's another Packers first down.
Come on, set.
First and 10 at the 40.
On play action, Love to throw. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll go for a gain of 7. And it's second down.
Second and 3.
Down. Black 40. Cut.
Love going to give it up on the touch pass. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. You talk about this Miami defense. They find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
So prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
the connection with his running back, Josh Jacobs. And he's going to have the Packers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Ready?
Packers first down.
Blaster.
First and 10 at the
Here we go.
29-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Wide open receiver complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
First and 10.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
60 red. 60 red. Cycle. Ready?
They will throw again here with Jordan Love. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Well, they're not hiding who their central focus is on offense. Charles, he already now has 4 receptions here on this opening drive.
And I know people who are watching the game are thinking, did they forget about him in the defensive game plan? But it's actually been the opposite. They're giving him a lot of attention, but he's been very creative and savvy in his route running and finding seams and openings in order to create these completions.
And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
On the set.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Watch out. Here we go. Yellow. 43.
Play action this time with Love. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
They're going to go for it now, 4th and 2. Remember, they can still get the first down at the 1-yard line, though.
Blue. 32. Ready?
Love from the gun. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Okay, ready?
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. So the completion good for just 3. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now Willis. The swing thrown underneath to Achane. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. Now Willis to throw. That's going to be caught by Waddle. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 2nd down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready?
Play action. Willis. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Willis showing off the wheels there. He gets him the first down.
Well, the pressure just couldn't get to him that time. They forced him out to his right, but he held his poise, surveyed the field, didn't find anything he liked, and then took off and picked up a nice gain.
Here we go, set. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready?
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Dolphins first down. A gain of 14.
60, let's go, 80.
Willis out of the gun. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
2nd and 10.
Let's go now.
They'll swing this complete out to Hill. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Hold it ready.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
19 Lions. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Warriors 70. Ready?
Now Willis. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
At the 38-yard line.
Love. This complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half.
Red, yellow. Here we go. Hut.
Working out of the gun. Love. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
After after the incompletion. Here now, 3rd and 2.
Let's go. Hut.
Here's Love. Well, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Sets up 4th down.
On now is the Packers punter. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Oh, it's a wobbler here. That's taken on the 25. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And it'll be Dolphin football.
23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side as this drive begins with a 1st down. And going deep for Hill. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
Here's 2nd and 10. It's a play fake. Here's Willis. His throw incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because any completions on 1st and 2nd down, now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
19, go.
To throw, here's Willis. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st? For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Willis. He'll dump this off to Achane. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game. Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Last play of the half. Here's Willis. He'll try to do it himself. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And just shutting him off there. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. 20-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And Charles, a scoreless first half. How does that change how you assess things here moving forward?
Well, it doesn't change it a whole lot because, remember, it's still scoreless, which means you're starting from 0 again, so you just have one half to play instead of 2. What I would look at my play sheet, though, and see is something that maybe loosens things up for my guys, gets a smile on their faces, and gets them going to begin the second half.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Set.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready, ready, ready.
Play fake. Here's Love. Pass complete there to Harrison. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here is 3rd and 5.
Slide, flip, set, ready, cut.
Love looking to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
When you get into the second half of a tie ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance, and this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary, and that's a job well done there. It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Cut, cut.
Off the play fake, Love. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To the air again, Love. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down.
Brandon McManus on for the field goal. A 46-yard attempt.
The kick by McManus is good. And with it, they have taken the lead. Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they're trailing the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back. This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Let's go now.
Willis looks to pass it here. Over the middle, incomplete to Waddle.
That'll give him 8 that time. And now it's 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Willis will look to throw it.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Let's go.
Willis wants to pass it again.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 39. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Shotgun snap to Willis. Now he'll tuck this and run. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
4th down, Willis.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10.
Yeah, he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 9.
Let's go. Ready?
Love now.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Ready?
Throwing. Love. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
On now is the Packers punter. Now a timeout. Called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. On now is the Packers punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
Ready up. Liking 18.
Willis now off play action. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
To throw, here's Willis. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And everybody thinking about the possible field goal on 4th. It would be 58 yards from here. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Cowboy 80.
Willis now off of play action. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Here we go. Set. Go.
Now Willis to throw. They set up the screen. Achane has it.
And he gets it down to the 32. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Ready.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
60 Bison.
Willis got to have this one.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're so moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
At the 49-yard line.
Ready. Yellow. 40. Fight. 60.
Play action this time with Love. Oh, a wide open receiver. It's Harrison.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Here we go. Ready.
On play action. Love to throw. That's taken in by Kraft.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Tucker Kraft,
His 6th touchdown of the season.
and the Packers are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
This return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And you're still in this game. Yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Here's Willis.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Back to throw, Willis.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
All right, Charles, as a former defensive back, how disheartening to actually catch it, but just not be able to stay in bounds there defensively.
Well, extremely, because you know the rap against us defenders is that we're frustrated offensive guys who can't catch. And he caught it. Just couldn't get his feet down.
Packer pressure, and down he goes.
Joey Bosa able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That one let go deep for Laporta.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Daxton Hill picks it off.
And into the end zone, it's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown.
Little choice, Charles, but to go for it right